Hi, second grade. Today I'm working on my Wonders assignment for Thursday, which is found in the Wonders book. I'm going to click on my assignments.
To do.
And I'm going to find the assignment for Thursday, which says Thursday, writing poems. First, I'll read the poem Helicopters and then Windy Trees. Those can be found here in the resources side of the page. Then I'm going to complete the assignment, free verse poetry, in my writer's notebook. Then I'm going to write a poem about a type of weather or season, and the poem may rhyme or may not. That's what's nice about free verse poems. You don't have to worry about making every line rhyme. You can use sensory words. That's the kind of language we use when we're writing about the way things look, feel, smell, sound. I found an anchor chart like the ones I would make in class to show you. So sensory details appeal to the 5 senses. Sight, you might describe the colors you see, different attributes or shapes. Smell, you might describe the way something smells sweet or rotten, like garbage. You could compare it to things like glue or lotion or perfume. You could describe the way something tastes. It could be sweet, it could be buttery, it could be salty, it could be rancid. And then there's sound details. So you could describe how birds are chirping. You could use words like buzz, buzz. You could describe how the fireworks were crackling. And then there's touch. When I touch something, does it feel hard and rigid? Does it feel soft and gooey? Is it slimy? So these are the sensory details you might want to use when you are writing your poem. So when I begin my assignment, I'm going to start with reading my poems. Helicopters is the first poem. It is by Sylvia Cassavy. Let's listen to this poem.
Helicopters by Sylvia Cassady. One day each spring, and I never know which day it will be, the tree outside my window fills with a wind all its own, swells like a giant silk parasol, lets fall a wondrous storm of helicopters, pale, pale green.
Now this poem is describing something in nature. When I read the title, Helicopters, I thought it was going to be about the helicopters that fly in the sky like a plane, the mode of transportation. But looking at the illustration and listening to her sensory details, I know that the helicopters she's describing are the part of nature that's, I think, really fun as a kid when you pick them up off the ground and you let them fall down and sway in the wind like a helicopter. So that was Helicopters by Sylvia Cassady. Now we're going to listen to Windy Tree by Eileen Fisher.
Windy Tree by Eileen Fisher. Think of the muscles a tall tree grows in its legs, in its foot, in its widespread toes, not to tip over and fall on its nose when a wild wind hustles and tussles and blows.
Now, Eileen Fisher compared that tree to the body parts that we have, like legs and toes. And I understand her comparison of the toes being the roots of the tree that keep it nice and strong in the ground. So these two poems are examples of how to make comparisons, how to use sensory details, and we can think about the repetition that was used in our poems on Tuesday about April rain and the rain poem. So think about how we can make our own poem that sounds special, just like Helicopters and Windy Tree, by using these sensory details. Some that I noticed in this poem was they described the wind as wild and that it hustles and tussles and blows. Those are the way that it's moving. And now in Helicopter, some sensory details were when it said that it swells like a giant silk parasol. Giant described as a size, silk describes the texture, and the parasol gives you an image of the shape. So just like these poems describe, we're going to begin the assignment of writing our own poem. So I am going to my writer's notebook. Free verse poem. Poets write free verse poems to express their thoughts or feelings about topics that are important to them. It does not rhyme, and it can include sensory words and figurative language. In this workshop, you will write a free verse poem about a type of weather or season. We will complete the following steps: planning and organizing using a graphic organizer, draft, revise, and edit your free verse poem, and then publish and present. So I'm going to begin the assignment by pressing start. And here's a graphic organizer. If my computer allows me, I can type right into my graphic organizer. If I prefer to write on paper and pencil, I can do that too. This is a 3-column chart, and they want to know what things look like, what things feel like. So I'll put a hand here. It's sort of a hand. It's my best hand in the spur of the moment. It's been a while since I drew for you guys. And sounds like. So here's like an ear that's listening. All right, so I'm going to use this graphic organizer to plan my free verse poem. So I'm going to write about my topic, which is summer, because I am thinking ahead about summer. What does summer look like? I'm going to use the words bright. I'm going to draw a picture of the sun and write hot. I guess hot would go into the feels column though, so I'm going to change that here to hot. And what else do I see in the summer? I see lots of green. I see the blue waves. I feel the rough sand or the plush grass. What do I hear in summer? Sometimes I hear seagulls. And they kind of like, I'm going to describe it as a caulking. Like, caw, caw. And other sounds of summer, probably the waves crashing. So these are not all my ideas. These are some of my ideas, and I can continue to add more, but I feel like already I've got a picture in my head of what I want my poem to sound like and look like. So I began my graphic organizer. You can complete it on the computer. It would look exactly the same as if you did it in your paper. So I'm just going to write one word for each section here. It looks bright. It feels hot. Now, if I wanted to think of a second grade word for hot, I could think of more interesting language to use, like it felt sweaty, or it feels humid. Sometimes summer can feel sweltering. So sounds of summer, I said I heard seagulls. I also wrote that I heard the crashing of waves. So I'm going to save my graphic organizer, and now I'm going to move on to my draft. Click my draft tab, and this just gives me a space where I can begin to write my poems. So my topic is summer, but I could make a more interesting title. I'm going to do summer. I might come back to my title and see what I think when I'm finished with the words, once I get these words down in my poem. So for my summer poem, I'm going to describe first the looks. Bright and sunny, yellow and blue. The summer is here. So that's the first 2 lines of my poem. Bright and sunny, yellow and blue, the summer is here. Those are just the things I picture in my mind when summer arrives. Now I'm going to move to maybe the second section of my poem, and I'm going to describe the different feelings, or the way that the environment feels. It is hot. It is dry. The summer is, I could use repetition and say the summer is here. So I began my poem with 2 different stanzas. I'm going to reread to make sure it sounds nice. Summer, bright and sunny, yellow and blue. The summer is here. It is hot, it is dry, the summer is here. I feel the plush grass in my toes. I feel the warm rays of light on my freckled face. The summer is here. So I'm getting a little more descriptive as I get to the middle. I feel like I'm getting a little more creative. My ideas are coming out. And now I'm going to try to describe some of the sounds of summer. So I just thought of one that's not on my graphic organizer, and I'm going to add it. Children are laughing and playing outside. The waves crash against the wet sand. Splash, splash, whoosh. So there's my poem. I'm going to end with, oh, I accidentally erased something. There's an undo button. Oh, that was helpful. I'm going to end with the same line I've been repeating, but I'm going to use an exclamation mark this time. The summer is here. So I've written my first draft, and I think the best option for my title is Summer is Here because it's the phrase I've been repeating the most. And I'm going to bold it and I'm save it. Summer is here, bright and sunny, yellow and blue. Summer is here. It is hot, it is dry, the summer is here. I feel the plush grass in my toes. I feel the warm rays of light on my freckled face. The summer is here. Children are laughing and playing outside. The waves crash against the wet sand. Splash, splash, whoosh. The summer is here. Now I'm going to move on to the revise section. And it says copy from the previous step. There is no text on this step. To copy your work from a previous step, select the step from the drop-down menu and press OK. So we're going to do this together. I'm selecting it from draft and I'm pressing OK. And my poem magically appears in the revise section. So when I revise my work, and we can go over to the side for instruction, we're improving our writing to make it stronger. You change it until you feel it states exactly what you are trying to say. So once again, I'm rereading this. This time I'm going to reread it in my head, and I'm going to make some slight changes to make it just sound more the way that I would like it to. I added more details from my graphic organizer. And I think it would make more sense to write, I feel the plush grass in between my toes. And I'm going to add, I could wait until I edit, but I noticed it now. So I'm adding commas at the end of each line. Children are laughing and playing outside, rainbow umbrellas, towels, and flip-flops. The waves crash against the wet sand. Splash, splash, whoosh, the summer is here. I feel good now about my revision that I've just done, And I'm moving on to edit and proofread. Once again, I'm going to copy it from the revise section. I'm going to proofread and edit. Bright and sunny, yellow and blue. The summer is here. I think I'm going to change it from the summer is here to summer is here. Hot and dry, sweaty and humid. Summer is here. I feel the plush grass between my toes. I don't think I need to write I feel, so I'm going to change it to plush grass in between my toes. Warm rays of light on my freckled face. Summer is here. Children are laughing and playing outside. Rainbow umbrellas, towels, and flip-flops. The waves crash against the wet sand. Splash, splash. I feel really good about my poem. Maybe I don't need these to be capital letters. I could leave them, but I think I'll change it. And now I'm ready to move on to publish. I'm saving it from the edit and proofread. I'm publishing my work. I'm going to click the publish section. Add visuals. So here's where I could maybe do a drawing on my dry erase board or on my paper. Or if I have images that I could find, I could upload one from my computer if I had some saved. Let's see. They let me search. No. So this is where I would just draw my own picture or add an image if that's something I know how to do on my computer. I can move on now to, I clicked publish, click OK to complete this assignment. You cannot edit your work after this point. I'm okay with that. I'm happy with my work. And it is going to be located in my work files now. So I'll click OK. I'm also going to just see if I can make a little PDF of my work. So there's all the steps that I completed, the draft, the revise, the proofread, the publish, so I can see that I've completed all 4 steps. And now I'm referring back to my assignment. So now that I've written my poem, I'm going to do the reader's response. I was the author. The title is Summer is Here. How do I like my poem? Oh, I'm going to definitely complete the I love this poem, smiley face. And now I can draw a picture to show how the poem makes me feel. So I can do that. I don't need to download that paper because really it's just a square that it's going in. So I'm going to make a little square here. And how do I feel about this poem? Well, I am ready for summer, so I'm going to draw the waves crashing on the sand, that umbrella that I described, and I'm going to draw my wishful face with my sunglasses on. And I'm so excited for summer. So that's how I feel, and that's my picture. Now I'll just share this with my teacher on Class Dojo. So that's how I would complete this assignment. Then my poem is ready to share with my teacher. Thank you guys for checking out this video, and I hope that it was helpful.